Damn it, I just wanted to do a quick non-professional video here on what I've discovered as I'm trying to repair my electric boat. This is a 95 electric boat headquartered and sold here in Newport Beach, California. There's another electric boat manufacturer also in Newport Beach, California. But apparently if you mention the names of the boats, you'll be flagged and your information will go away. So I'm just going to go ahead and say there it is. You can kind of see what kind of controller it is. You got, some people might actually recognize it. But on the back side, here's the guts of the situation. Is we have basically a pot, what we usually call a pot potentiometer. And the way they work is they go from 0 to some ohms of resistance. That's what you use in your stereos, any kind of volume controls, any kind of speed controls or whatever. So that's what they're used. And the way this system works, I'm going to turn the battery on here to energize it. This is only 12 volts, so it's safe to go ahead and play with. To say if I'm going to go forward, the handle would go forward, but since we're looking at backwards, it's actually going this way. If you just heard that click, that micro switch down there just energized the relays to authorize the controller to start running the motor. Now this potentiometer here, I'm going to take this, it's set in the middle there, it's kind of hard to see. I put a black mark on there for the center, which I suspect is 10 ohms of resistance. This potentiometer goes from 0 to 20 ohms, and it's interesting, if you go to the left, it'll activate the motor. If you go to the right, it'll also activate the motor going forward. Now if we throw this switch to the other side, now it's in reverse, and I'll do the same thing here and rotate it. And this is part of the problem, is this potentiometer's gone bad. And maybe that switch is, oh, I didn't throw it right. There it is. So anyways, now it's forward. So in any case, anybody interested in adding electric power to their boat, you're basically going to have to develop this. You really can't find them out there. They're not available. The closest mechanical throttle assembly you can find is for electric forklifts, which go forward and reverse, but then they're spring loaded to neutral, being off. And that doesn't really work too well on a electric boat. Now the other closest commercial product we have, that this is basically a copy of, the developer of this boat basically put a golf cart on the water, is your golf course. Now they also use a potentiometer, and they usually have a forward and reverse lever, which does the same thing as these two little micro switches are doing on this assembly. So what I'm going to do is, there's a standard pot that I'm going to put in there. It'll fit. I can make it fit. It's a little bit bigger than what's there, but we'll make it work. And then I'll do a follow-up video and make sure it actually functions as I hope it will. And then I'll post that video and connect these two. And hopefully I have one good video that somebody wants to repower the boat to electrical will have a good basis to proceed.